What's up, guys? Back up in here with another one. Today we're not going to be looking at any music. We're going to be looking at GaryVee, his show. It says it was like a big show on Instagram, so now he's doing it on YouTube. It's called Overrated or Underrated. Looks like he's going to be doing it for Drake, PS5, Pokemon, Kanye West, and more. So we'll see what's going on. Also, I hope y'all are having a good week. I hope it's flying by. We get into the weekend, you already know. Get something fun lined up. But let's go ahead and get into the video.
Uncomfortably overrated. Welcome to another episode of Underrated, Overrated with me, Gary V. First, before I go into this episode, thank you so much to everybody that lost their mind for this show. I think we've got several episodes we're about to film. D-Rock, take it away.
Portuguese wine.
Portuguese wine, underrated, wildly underrated. I'm telling you right now, under 20 bucks, maybe the best in the world.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish, underrated. I think if you...
First one, I don't know anything about the wine. I got into wines a little bit. If you know more about that, let me know if he's correct on that. Billie Eilish, a little overrated, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. That's just my opinion, but I'm not one of these kids. It's not really for me. Just from what I've seen, though, I'm like, I just don't get it. But that's my personal opinion. No diss to her. But let's see what else he got going on.
If you think about the next 10 years, she's got more in the can.
Hollywood.
Wildly overrated. I think Hollywood is being disrupted, but the talent there is incredible, and it has been America's ultimate weapon for 80 years, but I'm still gonna go with overrated at this moment.
Triller.
Triller, properly rated. Winning in certain areas, but still has a lot to go. You can't just be an alternative to government regulation, but I believe there might be some innovation there.
That's real. I would say for sure, like Triller, I don't think they're overrated or underrated. I really haven't seen enough. I saw that Mike Tyson shit. That was tight. But I heard he's not doing anything else with them. But they got Versus, so. And that Versus with Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers, bro, that was the shit. Like, I'm really thinking about watching that this weekend on a full playback because that was just dope. So I hope they got more of that lined up. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Let's see about Pokemon. I'm gonna give you mine up front. I think Pokemon's wild overrated. Cause I really don't get, and I played Pokemon and I had the fucking original Game Boy, just wasn't for me. So that's just my opinion. What's yours? Put that in the comments.
Pokemon, underrated. The cards are underrated, the IP is underrated. Go look up the value of Pokemon's IP versus Star Wars. Twitter fleets, overrated. I think that it's a okay feature on Twitter. Right at this second, it's only a couple weeks in, but I'm gonna go with slightly overrated.
Yeah.
King Batch, wildly underrated. I'll do it right here on the show. King Batch.
Agreed. King Batch, when he did that Denzel, when he does the Denzel impression, that's it for me. I laughed so hard at that shit. That was so funny. Like, that alone was like, why is this guy not doing everything? Because that shit was hilarious. If you haven't seen it, look that up. I might see if I could put a link to it in like, whatever, the description. If not, somebody else. If somebody else knows what I'm talking about, the Denzel Washington, I think he was making fun of the movie Flight. That skit that he did. Put the link to that. I would love to see that. I'm going to look that up again because that shit's funny.
Will be one of the biggest actors in Hollywood 10 years from the filming of this. One of the 10, 15 biggest actors in Hollywood.
James Charles.
Properly rated. Has a cult-like following, humongous following. Still not known by a lot of the mainstream.
Yeah, I don't know who this is, so I can't say under or overrated on this. Y'all gotta educate me. I have no idea what this person does. But that's just me being out of the loop. So, you know, don't take offense to it. Just let me know what's going on. I'll look up some information, then I'll come back maybe in another video. Cause I think I'll do some more of these and like, you know, I'll be like under, over that time. But as of right now, I got nothing.
Has had some Flububs, but is going through it. Young person, I think properly rated, which is pretty solid.
Day trading.
Day trading is the most underrated thing in the world. Being fast and executing works. It works on Wall Street. It really works in marketing. Wildly underrated, maybe the most underrated thing we've done in this show. Day trading attention is my religion.
Drake.
Drake? This is a good one. I would say Drake is underrated. I think Drake's underrated because I think he's wildly rated.
The day trading thing, that's interesting because I've been curious about that. It just seems super complicated. It seems like a lot, but probably just being lazy and shit. But with Drake, underrated because of his work ethic. Because it's like, you know, people get to a certain point and then they just coast. But like he keeps elevating. So it's like some Kobe, Michael Jordan type shit. Like they kept going up, kept going up, kept going up. Even as the years went on, they figured out different ways to win. And I feel like that's what he keeps doing, is like finding different ways to win. So that makes him underrated to me as well.
But I think people like to hate when someone's at the top. And if you just think about the output of music and cultural relevance, I also think he has a humility card that is underrated. I think Drake is underrated.
Injury reserve.
In sports, injury reserve, I would say injury reserve is, I don't even know where to go with this. Injury reserve is overrated just because I want something to be overrated.
Kanye West entrepreneurial career.
Properly rated. I'll tell you why. I think a lot of people grossly underrate him because he's done a bunch of stuff and I fully expect his impact on Gap to matter. I think some people overrate him because they've got him on.
Yeah, what happened to the Gap shit? Like that came and it was a big thing and now is it dead? Did he do, like what happened? Somebody let me know that in the comments. But I'm gonna say Kanye, just Kanye, he's properly rated because he rates himself. He's not waiting on everybody else. He's like, yo, I'm the shit, I'm this, I'm that. So Kanye is whatever he says he is. So that makes him properly rated to me. But some people do overrate him like in a crazy way, like put him up next to like, you know, God of the universe, like crazy shit. Which, hey, that's your business. I'm just saying I'm not taking it that far.
Jesus status, and I'd like to see a couple more things out of him to go there. I think Kanye's properly rated.
Hype house.
Hype houses are overrated. We're talking about all of them, right? It's fun, I like them, but I think there's a lot of underlining anxiety and muckery that isn't talked about enough. And I don't think a lot of people are gonna leave hype houses like awesomely better off. I'm not hating, but I think they're overrated. I think there's a lot of people 15 years old right now watching, dying to one day live in a hype house.
What the fuck is a hype house? I have no idea what he's talking about. Please educate me. I'm gonna have to get off here and go educate myself. Like, is this a place you actually go? Is this a show? What the fuck is this? So somebody let me know, please, because I feel like I'm on another planet. I'm like, what is he talking about?
And I don't think they need it as much as they think.
NBA Youngboy.
Youngboy, never broke again. I think he is a underrated energy. If you look under 20-year-old fan bases, there might not be a bigger one out there. And so, you know, he's got a lot going on. I'd love to chop it up with that kid one day.
Pirate Bay.
Pirate Bay? The place in Turks and Caicos?
No, like where you rip off like the software and all that.
Oh, Pirate Bay. Pirate Bay is grossly underrated. I think pirating and, you know, I have so many of my books ripped off there. Like, I think it's an important part of society. I think it's a yin to the yang that is mainstream society. And I will go with Pirate Bay being underrated.
Verification badging.
Uncomfortably overrated. Being verified has become...
Seems like being verified just is like, it's totally if you just want to appear a certain way. Because some people have that blue check and I'm like, who the fuck are you? And then like, Joe Budden doesn't have a check, and I feel like he's pretty well known. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not living or dying by ever getting a blue check, whatever. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't make you a better person or anything, so whatever. I agree with this.
This crazy status symbol that people clout on, and most people use it as a douchebag energy, and I hate it. Like, that blue check, that verification, giving people clout is not good. It's high school, it's bad. Not a fan.
Visco.
I'm gonna go with Visco being overrated, believe it or not. I think it's wildly important to a certain demo. I think it's a good app, but it's been the same thing for 4 years now, which is like another place for young females to play it out. And I think they haven't innovated enough. I think Visco 4 years ago had the chance with 7 Smart Moves, Innovation M&A, to be a major player, maybe even the #1 social network. So I would go with Visco being overrated.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is wildly underrated. I've been boring for 24 months.
Bro, everybody says LinkedIn is underrated. They're like, if you really are serious about getting some shit connected or getting a job, like get on LinkedIn. That's where it's all at. I got a LinkedIn, but you know, whatever. Like it just I don't know. I don't see the purpose of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm not that into networking like that. Like that's still a skill. Like if I have to connect some dots, I can, I will, but I'm not the person like, hey, what's your LinkedIn and all that other shit. So I bet it is underrated. Underrated. I just haven't found out personally yet. Maybe one day.
Pounding the shit out of all of you to produce content on it, underpriced attention, day trading attention. You can post anything on there. Teeny bop influencers can build audience on LinkedIn.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is something I don't like as much as I used to, but I'm gonna go with overrated because I think.
Damn, that was accurate. I used to love that shit. I used to look forward to, my mouth is like water. I used to look forward to fucking pumpkin pie at the holidays. That was gonna be the shit. That and some apple, we good to go. But as the years have gone on, just stick with the apple. I'm like, I'm cool with the apple. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like it's overrated. Like when you're young, maybe it tastes good, the whipped cream, all that shit. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I'm just making up reasons. But yeah, it's definitely gone down over the years.
Pumpkin spice lattes have probably grown pumpkin pie
decent.
status, and pumpkin pie is delish. I'm about that pumpkin pie, but I'm still gonna go slightly overrated.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes are also slightly overrated because I
No.
think sweet potato fries have become a huge game, and I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with slightly overrated.
Dog.
You guys are fuck faces. God damn it. I promised myself to always give my real answer. I think dogs are overrated.
Damn.
I don't love. Dogs are great. And I think that people love animals more than humans at scale in a way that I think is not right. And it's
I agree with that. It's cool to love dogs. Dogs are cool, whatever. But putting them over human beings, that's where I'm like, yeah, you took it too far. That shit's weird. Oh, you know, like I would run in a burning building. I would save my dog over like my kids or something crazy. It's like, yeah, fuck that. Like it should never go that far. So in that way, it's definitely overrated.
only because animals don't communicate the same way that humans do, and most people are insecure, and they use it, like they use animals as an excuse for not doing good behavior to other humans. I think dogs are overrated, and I know I'm gonna get blasted. Doesn't mean they're bad, I think they're overrated. You guys literally just gave me 48 hours of like headaches. All right.
Hashtag.
Underrated. Following hashtags, understanding why hashtags work. It is one of the great post-creative strategists. If you don't understand it, Google it. It's one of the great things to understand in society.
I am working on it. My hashtag game is weak as fuck. Like for real. I bet like if you know what you're doing, it's totally beneficial. But as far as learning it, I need some help. If you got me on that, if you got any places I should look, any videos, anything that could help me out with learning hashtags and even like SEO stuff, I'm down. Put that shit in the comments, please and thank you.
It is a currency of understanding the current pulse of thinking. Big fan of hashtags, grossly underestimated.
Black Friday sales.
Black Friday sales are now overrated, they're lame, they're not innovating, they're boring. You're almost getting those same deals all the time.
Christmas.
Christmas is properly rated.
PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 5 is properly rated.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards are underrated. They still have 20 to 100% value uptick in the youngest crew underneath the Pokemon crew, those late 20s.
My son's on that shit. Like all that Beyblade, like that whole culture, you know what I'm saying? So I don't understand it. It's probably just like Pokemon. I'm pretty sure it's like that same type of thing, something for younger people to collect and do different shit. But, and I'm not saying just younger people do these things, because I don't think it matters your age. I think it starts there and it grows to like you still doing it as an adult, which is cool, whatever. Everybody's got to have hobbies, but I don't know. With that, I would just say properly rated. Because, shit, I don't know too much.
Characters are gonna make Yu-Gi-Oh cards really pop in a decade. In 15 years, a lot of 27-year-olds are gonna have a lot more money, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards are gonna be wildly underpriced today compared to what they will be in 15 years.
Josiah the Rapper.
Oh, nice. Josiah the Rapper, wildly underrated.
Facebook.
Facebook is underrated. People shit on Facebook at scale today. It is still one of the most significant platforms.
Fuck no, man. Who's fucks with Facebook? I've heard for like selling shit, and okay, I've experienced that. I've sold a couple things on Marketplace, and I bought a couple things on Marketplace. So that's cool. That's a cool thing about Facebook. But like overall, like I feel like Facebook is where like we start on social media, but then you branch out, you find what you like. Twitter, YouTube, whatever. You find your place out here. A lot of people like, I always think of older people when I think of Facebook. I think of like my mom and like everybody like that's on there and they're chopping it up and talking whatever shit they talk, but I don't participate too much on Facebook. So I'm gonna go with overrated.
Platforms. It dominates 50 to 100-year-olds' attention. The platform has over-indexed in its ability to change Facebook Marketplace.
What was that
groups. Facebook is underrated. I also predict that Facebook in 40 years will have a reboot, nostalgic
We're gonna bring it
change.
back. See,
will be
I'm
some
messed
form
up.
of
I gotta
the
click
newest
off.
social network after being kind of dormant for a while. Underrated.
All right, I'm not gonna take it back. I'm being too lazy. But
Taco
y'all heard it. I
Bell
think it was
is
older
overrated.
people.
I think it's an incredible brand. I'm a big fan.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Taco Bell. No. Bro, I'm not gonna get into it. I just don't fuck with them. That's how I feel. Like if I gotta do that, I'm not doing it. So it's a little personal. It's a little like, yeah, I grew that where I'm just like, yeah, I don't fuck with that. And that's my opinion. And if you love it, that can be yours, but definitely overrated. I want to hear his reason.
And I love their marketing, but if I'm being honest, I'm shooting it, and that's what I'm doing here. It's feeling a little stale. I think it needs to do some action.
Psh. Psh. Took my thoughts out of my head, you feel me? That psh. Little stale. That's real shit. Shout out Gary I feel like it's wrapped up right there. I'm good right there. I like his opinions. I feel like a lot of them I share with him, like on the underrated, overrated, all that shit. The things I don't know. So I just say, fuck it. Those are properly rated because, you know, I'm not going to give an up or down on that until I get more information. Then I'll be like, oh, okay, I do fuck with that or I don't. So y'all let me know what y'all thought. What are your opinions on this? You know what I'm saying? Shout out everybody that watched this, went through this with me. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit the share and notification bell so you know when we up in here. I got some more coming, so be on the lookout. Everybody that's subbing, what up to you? Thanks for joining the fam. So let's just get through the week and get to some fun shit on the weekend like we always do. Those of y'all that are new here, you gotta watch me shut it down. Those of y'all that been here, you know what time it is. Peace.